Sometimes I have crazy thoughts in my mind that I can't explain. I think about things that I don't even understand and that I'm not sure why I'm thinking about them. It's like my mind is trying to tell me something, but I can't make sense of what it's saying. I think about things that are impossible, like flying through the air or running on water. It's like my mind is trying to tell me something, but I can't figure out what it is. I also think about things that are totally out of my control, like the future or what will happen to me in the distant future. It's almost like I'm preparing myself for something that may or may not happen. The craziest thing is that I'm not even sure why I'm thinking about these things. I guess it's just my mind's way of trying to make sense of this crazy world we live in. I had a crazy thought in my mind. What if I could fly? I've always been fascinated by the idea of being able to soar above the world and look down at the people and places below. I thought if I could fly, I could be free to explore the world and see things from a different perspective. I started to imagine what it would be like, what I would see, and how I would feel. I was in a dreamlike state as I thought of all the possibilities of where I could go and what I could do. I decided to try and make it a reality. I put together a plan and started to research ways I could make it happen. I looked into different types of wingsuits, harnesses, and parachutes, and spent hours reading articles and watching videos about people who had attempted to fly. I worked hard and finally had everything I needed to make my dream come true. I was so excited and anxious to try it out. On the day I was to attempt it, I was filled with a mix of fear and excitement. I was nervous about what could go wrong, but I was also determined to make it work. I put on my wingsuit and harness and stepped out onto the edge of the cliff. I took a deep breath and jumped. I felt the wind rush around me and I was filled with a sense of freedom and joy. I felt like a bird soaring through the sky, and I loved every moment of it. After a few minutes, I landed safely and felt a huge sense of accomplishment. I had done it. I had achieved my crazy thought and it felt amazing. From that day on, I never stopped dreaming and exploring. I no longer feared taking risks and I was always up for a challenge. I had taken a leap of faith and it had changed my life forever.
Is this your seat?